Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Today we're taking a look at the John Deere 4940 self-propelled sprayer from Custom Modding. This mod will be for all platforms once it is released on the in-game mod up and is the same mod that we've had in previous games. Available, we have the machine itself or the tractor, and then we have a dry box and the liquid sprayer. The 4940 has multiple different options. Base settings, 340 horsepower, 587 liters of fuel, 31 miles an hour, weighs 16.7 tons, and it goes 31 miles an hour. Now, we do have Lizard, Michelin, and Midas tires to choose from. In Lizard, you have a kind of a narrow, I would say that. Then you have a rear twins all the way around, and then you have a wide or normal and then wide setup. We also have a Michelin setup, which are virtually the same without the ultra-wide setup, and then the Midas are going to be the wider wheels. One of my favorites is the Lizard, but set up in duals all the way around. I think that looks super cool. As far as your Starfire 3000, we do have yes or no. We've also got fenders on here, yes or no. Those are going to be around towards the inside, as you can see there. Beacon light just adds beacon light to the front there. We also have the Green Star 3 software. You can do this the Spray Star or the Spread Star. So use the Spray Star if you're using a sprayer, or Spread Star if you're using a spreader. You don't need this. It's just something extra in the cabin. We also have numbers on the front, right in front of the cabin itself, 1 through 25. So if you got 25 of these, I'd love to see the rest of your farm. And then we have windows for a clear, light, medium, and dark. Next one's going to be our dry box. This will do solid fertilizer, and it will also do lime as well, so that's pretty cool. And then we've got color options. Now, the base colors is just a gray or galvanized and green. However, with Farming Simulator, we can now add whatever color we want. So that's pretty cool. 19,200 liter capacity for both solid fertilizer and lime. Weighs 2 tons. Got a 32 meter spread at 18 miles per hour. Pretty quick. And then lastly, we have the 120-foot boom. That's right, 36.6 meter working with on here. Holds 4,542 liters there. However, if you add the extra tank setup, you could go up to 4712. And then you have a 15 mile per hour max speed. You also have the load command system, which doesn't do anything visually here, although it will show up in the front of the machine. So here we've got both setups with or without the load command. This is without, so there's nothing coming up towards the front, and this is with. So you see we've got this pipe that comes up towards the front. Now in real life, this is going to aid in filling up the tank from the nurse trailer. However, in Farming Simulator, it's really just a visual thing, although it's kind of nice that they included it. At the end of the day, this is a modular system, so you will need your machine, and then you could choose either one of your connection points. So let's jump in here. We'll start up the engine, and really all you got to do is just back up to it. You do like that, you'll get the attachment, click it, and then boom, you're good to go. Very nice. Then when you're ready, you can detach, switch over to your sprayer, and you're good. One thing about the sprayer, make sure you line up the cabin with the boom arm in the front, because they do have collisions. So just be careful. You also need to back up a little bit further than you think to the sprayer. But don't worry, you're good to go. Just keep backing up. You'll be fine. As far as animations and things like that, we've got an openable front door, and we can spread out those axles. Check that out. Man, that is a decent move. Yeah. Although do be careful, because you won't be able to fit. Actually, no, you can. Yeah, just barely. You could fit inside the modules with the wheels out like that. We'll put them back in for safekeeping. Whenever you're ready to spray, simply head out to the field and unfold. I want to show you guys the full unfolding animation, just so you can get an idea of how long it's going to take and that kind of thing. So you get the first section, which booms out from the sides. Then you get boom from the top, flipping over. And lastly, flipping out from the very back, you have the last section. Wow. This is also where it gets kind of interesting, because we have individual control over the left side and the right side of the machine, which is really neat. So you could do that, and then we also have full control over the entire boom. So you've got a little bit of movement through there and through everything else. I think that's really neat, and I dig it 100%. You don't need to adjust these things, but the fact that we can adjust them at all, I think is kind of neat. So let's pull forward. Let's get the spray turned on. There we go. And there is our animation, which you can see. If we drop it down to a little bit more of a realistic setup, at least for this, that's what we're going to be looking like. Then when you're ready to go, simply fold it up and you'll be good. It will also reset everything so you won't be able to individually control the movement of your boom arms when it's folded. As for the fertilizer box, there's unfortunately no options to choose when it comes to working with and things like that. Just like the sprayer, unfortunately, we are not able to lower the working width. So what you see is what you get. However, what you get is quite a big working with. At least there you go, there's your working with for the lime. And as always, solid fertilizer is just a little bit bigger. I will say I'm extremely impressed with the suspension on here and how it travels through the field. Looks really good, it works really nice. Again, I cannot say enough good things about it. It is quite weighed down right now with all this solid fertilizer inside. But once it loosens up a little bit, it's a little bit bouncier because there's not as much weight in there. But still, extremely impressed with it. So I will say it drives a little bit better fully weighed down, but it's probably also built for that. Still drives great though, I'll give it that much. One thing I always like to do when I'm showing off mod previews is take a look at the mod and look at things up close and just show you details, things like that. It's not just all about farming at the end of the day. Some people like roleplay, some people like it when stickers are nice and showy and that kind of thing. And I just like going around and showcasing everything that I possibly can with these pieces of equipment so that you know everything or can better figure out everything once you get into the game. So there is the outside of our machine. If we jump into first person here, everything is looking pretty good all the way around. Flip around, there you go. And let's turn it on. So there you go. There's everything. There's your beeps and bobs and all kinds of good stuff. Cutting the lights on, of course. There you go. We got lights everywhere all over this thing. I think you're going to be just fine, whether you're in the sun or the dark. As far as the attachments, I do want to do the same thing for those as well. Now, do remember that this was made, I believe, for Farming Simulator. Was it the 19 or 22? I think it was made for 22. So I don't think a whole lot extra has been done with this. This is not a brand new model or anything like that for the game. However, we'll say I am very happy to see it returning into Farm Sim 25. Pretty cool. Thank you, Custom Modding, for sending this over. It's actually available right now to download on their Patreon if you want to. However, I don't mess with Patreon. I don't do stuff like that, but you could go support them if you would like. I assume since you can download this now there, it would be free. One test that I don't know why I've never done is how long does it take before you could start driving? So I'm going to hit the gas and I'm going to turn it on and just hold it. That's pretty quick. I don't know why I wanted to do that test, but I noticed while I was driving this, I was like, hey, this starts up and moves pretty quick. And boy, does it. If we jump over to what it's going to look like at the mod hub, no pictures in here right now, but they say SMART has a whole new meeting at John Deere. It stands for Spray More Acres in Reduced Time. Again, we've got the model number and things like that. So the 4940 self-propelled sprayer, the max speed of 52 kilometers per hour, pricing $195, and power 340. You can also go through and read the rest of this. It also has a full-time four-wheel drive, in case you're curious. And of course, it shows off all of the features and stuff like that. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, go for it. And there you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you to Custom Modding for sending these over to show you guys ahead of time. I was trying to get this video out sooner, but had to come out now. Regardless, hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like, get subscribed. If you're new, join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way, next time I release a video, first one to know about it. Hope you have a good one. We'll see you in the next one.